You're listening to the Chartographers.
This is another beautiful day in paradise, folks.
To the Chartographers. It is a music-loving podcast for music-loving people. We take every single album and we rank it all from worst to first. And guys, it's season 4. Thank you for joining us on our journey of obscure artists and fun little experiments and everything else. And we're wrapping it up, but we're not wrapping it up before doing something. One of my picks, one of my all-time goddamn favorite artists. I'm so fucking excited for this. You have no idea, you guys. This time we are doing a guy who's basically a pop rock polymath. A producer who's had giant hits with everyone from Avril Lavigne to Fall Out Boy to, I mean, like, you name it, Taylor Swift. He's a huge star in the industry and also has managed to carve out an incredible solo career for himself, and he's not doing all of that. That's right, guys, we're talking about it. The one, the only, the guy who used to be in a hair metal band, and we'll forgive him anyway. That's right, guys, we're talking about Butch Walker! South Gang, if you're nasty. Butch Walker, born in Cartersville, Georgia. He initially had a dad who really loved country music, and apparently when he was 8 years old, someone at school brought in a Kiss album, and he said it was my favorite record before I even heard it. And from then on, he went on to become part of a hair metal band that put out a song in the 90s, which if you know anything about hair metal, it didn't last in the 90s. They still had a minor hit. Toward China did a whole thing, broke up, and then he formed a power pop group called the Marvelous Three. They had a small hit off their second album called the Hey album, and it's an amazing it's an amazing record. And
like, I know that it is punctuated like that. It just still caught me off guard.
And
anyway, continue.
Freak of the Week, and it was a great song. It's how I first got it. I think it was genuinely one of the first 10 albums I ever bought, legit. And then he's had a solo career by itself, and just taking twists and turns. No two records are the same. Guys, that's right, we're going to do it. We're going to talk about Butch Walker, and we're going to rank his albums. Who's doing the ranking? Let me tell you. First off, there's me. I'm Evan Sonic. You might know me as the interviews editor of Pop Matters. I write for other places, but I hope at the end of the day you know me as the host of this podcast, the Butch Walker of this podcast. I don't know. But more importantly, though, if you know anything about this podcast, you know the person sitting next to me, the Black Widows to my Butch Walker. That's right. The co-creator of the podcast, Taran O'Reilly.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
I'm doing great. I'm really excited about this episode. This was a fun research experience.
Exactly. Well, especially because the last episode that we recorded was Shelby Lynn, which got a little bit dour sometimes, too, because she wrote some heavy stuff.
I mean, not that Bitch. Oh, man. Bitch Walker, that's not going to be the last time I do that. Sorry in advance, Mr. Walker. I mean, he's written some heavy stuff, too.
Yeah, but it's just accentuated with so much more upbeat, fun, rollicking rock.
Yeah, it's certainly not his go-to.
Yeah, and I keep hearing that his live concerts are an experience in and of themselves, but I haven't been to see Butch Walker live, but you know who has? Our special guest who's in studio. We connected on Butch Walker so many years ago that it's just like, and I think it was like 2 years, I'm like, we need you on for the podcast. And just kind of had that, like, you know, floating out there for when the time comes. And the time has finally arrived. That's right, the #1 Butch Walker fan in the entire world. We're going to say correctly, I swear, at some point, guys. Please welcome to the studio, Sarah Gentile!
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Hopefully I say his name correctly throughout this.
I mean, all bets are off at this point.
Yeah.
We aren't even 4 minutes in, and we've already said it 2 different wrong ways. So.
Butch Walker! Oh my god. So, is he your alt? I mean, you should note that in studio, Sarah is actually wearing a Butch Walker hoodie right now, because she is legit. And I also just found out that her dad, for her birthday one time, actually painted Butch Walker for you?
Yeah, for my graduation. And I didn't know he had stolen a picture off my wall, because I had so many pictures all over. And for like a year, it was missing. I had no idea. And it doesn't even, like, the picture doesn't really look like him. I don't know why. I guess
one of those side,
It was just like, my dad's like, oh, Butch Walker, let me paint this. But yeah, it's really cool. I have it hanging in my apartment.
That's so sweet. Is he your favorite artist of all time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of go through phases with favorite artists, but he's kind of always just back there.
Right.
I mean, I think
So,
that's how.
yeah.
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 Now, the real question, though, did you discover Butch Walker first, or did you discover the Marvelous Three first?
Butch Walker.
Okay.
From the One Tree Hill soundtrack. Mixtape was on it.
Oh my god!
And then
funny.
from there, and I think that's how a lot of like people that kind of know who he is discovered him. And from there, then I realized that he produced for Fall Out Boy, and I was like, I like this guy.
This guy is amazing. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, that's we have a lot of knowledge to share. Then we have a lot of fun to have because we're going to be ranking the 8 solo records of Butch Walker, and that includes his very marvelous free power pop debut, Left of Self-Centered, from 2002. His much more emotional emo mixtape, Letters, from 2004. His glam rock cosplay that is the rise and fall of Butch Walker and the Let's Go Out Tonight from 2006. His House Burned Down sad acoustic album, Sycamore Meadows, from 2008. His more upbeat Tom Petty-ish album, I Like It Better When You Had No Heart, from 2010. His raucous rock and roll Stay Out All Night Drinking album, The Spade, from 2011. His extremely sad, extremely acoustic, extremely sad album, Afraid of Ghosts, from 2015. And kind of his 80s pop rock affinity record, Stay Gold, from 2016.
So you mentioned the house burning down, but
Yeah.
you don't mention that his dad died. That one's just sad.
Yeah, it's just very, very sad.
It's really
He's
sad.
working through a lot of emotions in that one, let's be real. Anyway, so those are 8 records. He's got like a couple live albums, which obviously we don't do. He even has a holiday EP, I believe, which is like, great, everyone has one. I'm never going to count holiday EPs, guys.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, but also it's one of the things
That's
where...
a different podcast.
Yeah, and also it felt like the Marvelous 3, as great as they are, it feels like that could be its own like little separate thing. I didn't want to add and join those albums against Butch Walker's solo discography. I feel like it could stand on its own, so I feel like it'd be a good time just to do it by itself. Disagreements, agreements, all good.
I mean, I think, yeah, agreements.
Okay.
I will say there was a point this week where I was like, it feels kind of weird not to be doing the Marvelous 3 since that felt like such an important formative part of his career, and then it like bled directly into his solo career.
Yeah.
Like literally there wasn't a gap. But then we also would have had to do South King, I feel like.
Yeah, at that point.
To even it out, and no one wants that.
No,
So
no. I would have skipped that part of the homework.
you would have just come in and been like, these are the worst ones. Let's get this out of the way.
Well, speaking of, guys, that's great. 8 albums, 8 slots. We're going to collectively rank them from worst to first. So that means, Sarah, guess what? You are our guest. We are so happy to have you. It's really exciting. And that means you also have the unenviable task. Number 8, we're not just talking about it. We're not, we can all change our minds at any point. But what would you nominate as the worst Butch Walker album?
Afraid of Ghosts.
God, yes! Oh my God.
And I feel bad saying this because I feel like it's a record he needed to do for himself.
Right.
But I didn't need it, you know?
Perfectly said. Even we're watching some documentary. He talked about how he mentioned that like it may not be for everyone, but he felt like that for him it was like the most honest he's ever been on record. That's great, but there's some problems. Number 1. Number 1 is one of the things, like, he is processing the death of his father, and so obviously that kind of leads him to cathartically write songs. But the problem with this record is that, unlike every other Butch Walker album, this is the one album not produced by Butch Walker. It's produced by now canceled individual Ryan Adams. And the thing about Ryan Adams, like, back before he was garbage, I actually liked some of his solo albums. I like what he did. And even as a producer, he had a nice stark contrast to some of the stuff that he did. When he works with Butch, it is just like a grayscale all the way through.
Oh my God.
More than any other Butch Walker album in history, every song sounds the same. They're about the same tempo. They're about the same, capacity. Like,
Grayscale. That is like the phrase I've been trying to think of and haven't been able to describe this album is... earlier I was listening to this on the train and I was like, okay, this is 3 songs in a row now that are the same tempo. They're all just acoustic guitar with him singing breathily. Yeah. Mumbling. With him mumbling breathily, like a little too far from the microphone. And like the guitar sounds are like, basically they just like recorded the album and then I think en masse just applied reverb to the whole thing and they were like, okay, we're done. And like it's really like there are some songs on there where I'm actually like paying attention and I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm listening to the melodies, I'm like, okay, this is a good song. This is a solid ballad. some of the guitar solos on this record are actually like kind of scorching. Like it really, like there's some emotion, except that every single sound on every single song is produced at the exact same level with
Piano
the same
in the
effects
background.
on it.
Yeah.
And so it all just washes together. If they had like brought, and I know it's a sad album, but like some of the acoustic guitar and listening to it and I'm like, this just needs warmth. This could be so impactful. Like this song is actually, some of the songs are, you know, obviously sad and he's processing, but like The Dark, for example, the last song, like that's one that's almost like hopeful and is still loving, even though it's obviously devastating. And like that is one specifically where I was listening and I was like, this should be warmer. There should be hope here.
Yeah.
There should be an inkling of future, and there just isn't that anywhere on this record.
Yeah.
And so just like it's hard to get through.
And kind of to your point, Evan, I always was like, I wonder what Butch would sound like if he brought someone else in, got out of his own head, took in some ideas, and I was like, oh.
Oh, okay. That's the problem then. That's why he hasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a different album with even not Ryan Adams anymore, but someone
Pharrell
could be.
Yeah.
Well, no, not that either. You never want Pharrell to produce a whole album. But that could still be really interesting. I mean, he makes really. He's a solid guitar lick writer. He's obviously his sense of pop melody is fantastic. I would love to hear him with like, if Jack Antonoff, if he worked with men, or like, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. But this just wasn't the time.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. Any takeaways? Any other things?
No, I think just in general, this is like one I had to like look up the lyrics because I kept zoning out and I was like, I really want to know what this album's about. I gotta actually like study instead of just enjoying it. So.
Right. And
I will say, to its credit, songs that like came up on shuffle and I wasn't mad, like I Love You, even though it's sort of cheesy with the ooh 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 ooh, I still kind of like it. And also How Are Things Love.
Oh yeah.
I felt like How Are Things Love, like I almost want to cover it because this production ruined it, and I want to hear what it really sounds like.
Bet on Fire was like the only one that I really like kind of had a thing, just because it sounded different than anything. You bring me down.
And it's
you know,
really good live.
Okay.
Really good live.
Yeah.
It's kind of brought life into the album for me seeing that song live.
Sure.
Cool.
That was definitely like the one, when I say like guitar solos.
Yeah.
That's that, and like maybe 21 are the ones that I'm thinking of.
Well, guess what, guys? Great. Number 8, lock it in. Fucking
Hallelujah.
afraid. That's the other thing I'm glad we didn't talk about it before, because I'm always have that nervous point of like, what if it's like secretly like your favorite album of all time? And it wasn't, thank God. So that being said, that's great because I love every other album equally. So Taran, break my heart. What would you nominate? I'm just curious too. What would you nominate at our number 7 slot? This is, by the way, now that Afraid of Ghosts is out of the way, things are going to get a little contentious, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's between a couple for me. You know, there's like a chunk here.
Yeah. Tears, definitely.
I think I would go with Stay Gold. And I always hate when we do that and like list all the most recent albums as the worst ones, but like unfortunately, again, there's something that doesn't quite click on this one. Like I don't know, Mexican Coke is weird and like a little offensive, and like Descending is like, I almost like it. I want to like what it's doing, but I just don't quite.
It's like almost wants to be country pop crossover, but it's not country or pop enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, it's just kind of a song.
Well, when I was listening to it straight through, it was just one of the things. Initially, I had in my mind, Stay Gold was kind of like Butch's greatest hits. Like he's just kind of covering like kind of you know anthem rock, and he's doing kind of country-ish balladry. Like he's kind of touching a lot of templates. But really, when I sat down with the production, which has a lot of kind of like shimmery guitars, and especially in some of his vocals, which are a little bit more like this. It's just the thing where I'm just like, this is his 80s album. It's not Springsteen specifically. It's not Bruce Springsteen.
But it kind of is, though.
It's honestly, it's kind of Rick Springfield. It's kind of like fucking Jesse's Girl type shit. Like, it's just kind of like this like mid-tempo like pop rock album from the 80s, like production and style-wise, which is like an interesting direction for the guy who says he never owns a synthesizer. To hear them come in on Ludlow Expectations, it's like interesting. And then immediately it cuts off the synth and goes into the
Side note. easily my favorite song on the record.
Yeah.
The Low Expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Stay Gold is, like, solid. I kind of don't like his spoken word stuff on East Coast Girl, personally, but, like, it's...
I don't...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't love when he goes spoken word.
Yeah.
It happens a couple times in his discography, and every time I'm like, you're not Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
You know?
Because also, he's such a good vocalist, too. And it's interesting because I feel like, I don't know how it was for you, Sarah, but I feel like early on, hearing him, like, do, like, Justified and Stripped, his early acoustic EP, like, hearing his voice just, like, soar in, like, all these different octaves and rock ranges, just like, this guy can do anything.
He has rock vocal power.
He really
Did not.
He really does.
No.
But,
Rock vocal power.
the #1 interlude I've ever put on every mix CD ever. For the
That's,
record.
you put that on a mix CD for me.
Of course, I had to.
And you stayed?
That's what everyone asks. For a
Also,
lot of reasons.
I also just put it in your heads now during the Happy Hour minisode after this. I kind of want to ask everyone what is the best mixtape they've ever received. So just putting that out there.
Oh my god.
Exactly. It's okay. There's time to think about it. But the thing is, the other thing is that Taran said something very interesting earlier in the week, which was that basically he thought that, as much as I love still the crazy vocal histrionics from the early albums, he said that he's matured as a vocalist to the point where he's become an incredible vocalist on some of the back half of his albums.
Well, and I sort of walk that back a little bit because I think he was like, by the time of Left of Self-Centered, and even on some, like, I listened to a couple of the Marvelous 3 tracks just to, like, get an idea, and I was like, okay, yeah, he's a really solid vocalist. Like, you don't get that high with that much power and without having, like, solid technique behind you.
Yeah.
I think what I liked specifically is that by the time of, like, I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart and The Spade, he had sort of dropped that, like, late 90s, early 2000s power punk affectation. The specific ways that he would, like, pronounce vowels and, like, tighten in his throat when he's belting. He sort of let that go, and so the sound is just more, like, open and enjoyable. And that's what I really like about the way that his voice developed. And even on the records, like, Afraid of Ghosts, well, not Afraid of Ghosts, but Stay Gold. Stay Gold, like, I like his vocal takes, I just don't love the songs as much. But yeah, it was just an interesting thing to sort of notice, like, he became less confined by genre as he went for me. Because even when he pops around between the early records and is, like, experimenting with different sounds, his vocal delivery is still, like, power punk, you know?
Well, I know you just nominated it here, but Sarah, what do you think of this record?
I think, in my mind, I liked it a lot just because I felt like when I listened to it, I was like, thank God Butch Walker's back. After
Afraid of Ghosts?
Yeah, especially Stay Gold felt just like very much what would have been next in line if we skipped over it.
Yes.
So I was very grateful for that. And I really, really like Can We Just Not Talk About Last Night and Record Store. And I remember when I got the CD from you, I didn't have a CD player anywhere but my car. And I sat outside of my apartment for an hour listening to this. And I was just kind of like not getting super into it. And then the last, like, those two songs, at the bottom. And I was like, okay, I really like this.
I forgot I did that for you. I completely did.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I just sat outside my car and listened to this. And I, like, still very, like, I just remember that day so well. Yeah. And I'm just like, Butch Walker's back. Yeah. So excited.
I love that.
Well, in that case, would you nominate it at #7 or would you toss something else in the nominating pool?
I think that's exactly why I would nominate it. I liked the feeling it gave me, but it wasn't my favorite song-wise. There were the two good ones, so I'm totally fine with it being in this spot.
Okay, well, great. I love it. We're making progress. We're good. And hey, Butch, we still love you. I want you to know there is no denying that whatsoever.
And we're still really excited for whatever you happen to do next.
Except I'm paid to get excited, so I want to make that very clear.
I almost made that joke off mic, and then I decided to wait.
And then I got you. Well, in that case, Afraid to Go Stay Gold 7. #6, I'm just going to be that guy. I'm just going to toss it out there. My nomination would be Sycamore Meadows. And the thing is that for me, it's one of the ones, for those who don't know the story, after Butch Walker Let's Go Last Night, he was renting a house from Flea, and he just had all the stuff there. And then the California fires of 2007, I want to say, it went through.
I know. It's like the California fires of, you mean literally any year,
yeah.
It's always on fire.
But, like, he legit lost everything. When I mean everything, it's like everything he's ever owned, every master that he ever had. He even talked about, like, he called up his buddy, and it's just like, hey, man, the fires are there, can you, like, get a couple things out for me? And his buddy's like, okay, sure. And what he found, and his buddy like recovered a couple things, but what he didn't know, this is in his book that he wrote, by the way, his buddy went in the house as it was on fire and grabbed things for him, and like while like the heat was so much that windows were exploding like around him, like and he finds it out later, like, dude, you didn't have to fucking do that. Yeah. Holy shit, man. Like, you didn't have to put your life on the line. And so it was kind of the thing where he wanted to rebuild. Apparently, even like after that happened, Pink, who he obviously has a collaborative relationship, he's written songs for her, she appears on some of his albums, drove up to him and like gave him a guitar, like, which is like one of the sweetest things. Like, well, you need to rebuild, let's start with this. And so therefore, like, he's finding a lot of himself in Sycamore Meadows. For me, I don't know why. Going into this research week, I always had it in my mind this was a sad album. Not Afraid to Go sad, but it just was just like a more low-key album. Going back to it, I'm like, this is actually a lot more upbeat than I remember it, which was kind of nice. The one thing is that although there's some good stuff on here, no doubt, The Weight of Her, I mean, it's a Tom Petty song. It is a flat-out Tom, even the vocal, don't let the weight, it's just like very like the way he gets that scratch.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's like,
that chorus is so
Tom. 100%. And there's still some great things, honestly. I don't know how some people think of it, but kind of the little Castillo drum beat of Past Your Place, Saw Your Car, Thought of You, like, I really like too. The rest of the record, like, I have ups and downs with it, though. It's a good album, but when up against the rest of them, this is just, like, for me, this has to be in the next slot.
I have to talk about Ponce de Leon Avenue.
Okay.
I love that song so much, and I realized why it's basically a Steely Dan song.
Oh!
It's like melody, production, like all the fun like little horns that come in.
Yeah.
Like, I can totally hear... Shit, which one's the vocalist? Not Walter Becker. Anyway, Steely Dan.
It's not like we did an episode on them already.
It reminds me of Steely Dan.
Yeah.
And I just like thoroughly enjoyed that one. Donald Fagen, there we go. And I was just like pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting that type of sound from him at all. And I surprisingly kind of dig Ships in a Bottle. Oh. I don't always love his ballads. I mean, obviously, we put Afraid of Ghosts in. And just in general, like, I definitely think that his pop songwriting is stronger than his ballad songwriting. Or maybe it's his delivery. I don't know. But anyway, Ships in a Bottle surprised me in that sense. But other than that, I'm definitely not mad at this ranking.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
In general, like, Ponce de Leon is, like, probably top 5 Butch Walker songs for me.
Damn, okay.
But then, other than that, I don't know that this album has, like, a lot of staying power.
What's weird for me is randomly and all the time, Past Your Place, Saw Your Car, Thought of You pops in my head. It's not even one of my favorite songs, but it's just always in my brain. And I just start singing it out of nowhere, and I don't know why.
It's because you passed their place and thought
maybe. But I think in general, my next kind of tier that I had of records, I had this one and Left of Self-Centered. And not kind of only because I think all of the other ones are just better, not because I dislike these in any way. But if somebody asks me what Butch records should I listen to, those two are the ones I'm not going to recommend.
Interesting.
So that's kind of why I had them interchangeably next. So I also would agree with Sycamore Meadows.
Wow, this is crazy. Okay.
Also, I'm kind of mad at the Atlanta song.
ATL?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it felt so honest and like just raw, and then I found out like it was all like it wasn't his life he was singing about. Oh. And so I kind of felt like lied to. A little bit, yeah. Like I have no right to feel like that.
Right.
But
you still feel that way.
Yeah. Now the song is just slightly different for me, and I used to love it, and now it's not.
I hate to break it to you, but here comes the heartache, the move out date, excuses for my friends. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep doing that all goddamn time. Are there any other like favorites on here before we send it away to number 6?
Oh, Three Kids in Brooklyn is alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really hate anything on this album.
Okay.
It's just there. I like it. I listen to it.
Okay, well, guys, I love it. I love the progress we're making. Okay, Sycamore Meadows, you are here at number 6, which leaves Loves and Self-Centered, Letters, The Rise and Fall of Butch Walker, and the Let's Go Out Tonight, I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart, and The Spade. Okay, now things are getting a little bit tight, but from the sounds of it, you are ready to nominate Left of Self-Centered at number 5.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's talk about this record, too, because honestly, even Letters, even anything else, unlike everything else, it is a pure radio pop record. It truly, truly is. It's fun and exuberant and carefree, and the thing is that this is the album that ended up getting Butch Walker a lot of production gigs, too, because a lot of people didn't realize that with The Marvelous Three, he produced a lot of this stuff himself. But this record especially, there's so many, weird little intricacies, even at the end of My Way, when he does this little acoustic number, and it's just, flying off the strings, incredible guitar playing that's just him. He adds these sweet little fun jokes and elements and other things to the record, which is exciting, and I love it. Is it his best record? No. Do I have a big nostalgic glasses fondness for it because it was oh my god, I discovered him after The Marvelous Three and he's still doing this stuff?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have no doubt about that. It's just fun. Go ahead.
So I don't know if nostalgia goggles is the right word for my feelings for this record, but it kind of is because it is, oh my god, it sounds so much like 2002. You know what I mean? It sounds like Jimmy Eat World, it sounds like early Fall Out Boy, it sounds like, and so because of that, even though I hadn't really listened to it before this week, it immediately just really connected with me. I really want to like Trouble, but the lyrics are so stupid that
I literally wrote down the sound is better than the lyrics.
Yes!
For this whole album.
No, we're both in lots of trouble. Like, it's just so basic. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, ugh,
although,
this is all you could think of?
Blowing my mind, Taran had a fucking top 5 Butch song.
I'm about to get...
Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
So, and immediately after that is Alicia Amnesia, which is like exactly what I want from this era of rock. Like exactly, like the verses are just like, I've never heard the song before, but they're still nostalgic for me.
Yeah. And
then the way he just hits those vocal harmonies on the chorus, and then it has like the production at the end, like it's just the chorus again, but then like it goes into like almost like a conga drum situation, and then there's like some synths happening in the background, and I really, really dig it. I sent it to my sister-in-law at like midnight last night.
Awesome.
She loved it. Like I just really, really like that song. I've listened to it like 8 times this week.
God damn. Okay.
So I definitely would fight you a little bit on putting this one quite next.
Okay.
So what would you put?
I would probably put Letters.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
I was just speechless for a second. Sorry.
Okay. I want to finish talking about Left and Self-Centered, then we can talk about Letters.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk a little more about Left and Self-Centered.
So what are your takeaways on this?
I feel like the rise and fall of Butch Walker and the Let's Go Out Tonights is just like the evolution from Left of Self-Centered, and I like it better. It's like very similar in my mind.
Like aesthetically almost?
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And just how it makes me feel when I'm listening to it. And I don't know. So I think that Left of Self-Centered just didn't hit that bar that the other one did. But of course, like, Suburbia when I was younger was like my jam.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, someone understands. Like, I gotta get out of here. And My Way, it's funny because like that just sounds like something my mom would listen to now. And I think this is one of the songs she likes from Butch. But I'm surprised I liked it so much when I was younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think kind of same thing. Like I like it, but. I don't know. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, I still have such... Even though I kind of realized this week that Far Away from Close is basically a rewrite of fucking Jaded by Aerosmith. Because I'm the one who jaded you.
Well, on the flip side, A Little Less 16 Candles, A Little More Touch Me by Fall Out Boy is basically just a rewrite of My Way.
Yeah.
Like, pretty close.
Yeah.
It's not subtle. And then they just, for the pre-chorus of that, they just took the bridge from Uncomfortably Numb.
I also just find...
They Frankensteined it together.
They Frankensteined 2 Butch Walker songs together, and then he heard it and was like, here, let me produce.
Yeah. Also, really cringe at rock vocal power.
Oh, you cringe?
I can't.
I mean, I don't listen to it, but I think it's funny.
I cringe at it, and also then the end of Trouble, like they're introducing like a stripper.
We're on the stage.
And it kind of just like feels like it's cheapening the record a little bit. So, I don't know.
Okay. I'm surprised. It's interesting during his, This Is Me Justified and Stripped, that live acoustic show we were talking about, he closes with Take Tomorrow One Day at a Time, and he says in the intro to that he feels like he never got the song in studio the way he wanted it to.
Interesting.
So during it, he just goes out into the crowd and sings it live with them, which is like...
Yeah.
Like acoustic unmiked.
Which is like, okay, I kind of like If Jenny's song too, even though it's like, like... kind of like obvious emotion, it's still good. I kind of hate Get Down, which sounds like a vampire fight sequence that's happening over a song. But yeah, overall, like, it's not a perfect album.
Speaking of, that's the video to A Little Less 16 Candles.
And a little more. That's right. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh wow, it's all tied together. So yeah, the more we talk about it, the more I actually realize Left is Self-Centered. As much as I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy it, make no mistake, I probably would be okay with letting it down there, but I guess we also need to... Well, actually, before that, can we lock in Left is Self-Centered then?
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, but then...
It's not my order, but it's not, like, way off.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, now we need to apparently break out the fucking boxing gloves, because after number 8, Afraid of Ghosts, number 7, State Gold, number 6, Sycamore Meadows, number 5, Left is Self-Centered, Taran O'Reilly wants to nominate a little album called Letters.
Yeah, it just, I don't know, this one just doesn't, like, hit with me like any of the ones that are left do. I just, like, Sunny Day Real Estate is a really nice opener. And then I think it's the sort of thing where, like, I think that if I'd heard this album in 2004 or even 2008, I would feel differently. But at this point, I just, like, I don't know, I've heard it. It's all right. I like Uncomfortably Numb. I think that's a really solid track.
Detox, where are you?
I think Promise is a beautiful song. It's a ballad, so like it's fine. But I don't know, and Don't Move. Don't Move is solid.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you have to say?
Oh my gosh, so much.
Well, what do you have to say?
Tell me about Letters.
So definitely my top 2. As I was listening to it, I was just like in my car yelling Letters. I was like, yeah, Letters. I just fell in love with it again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, love. I was talking to you guys earlier how I found Butch from Mixtape being on a One Tree Hill soundtrack.
Mixtape's a great song to this day. I thought it'd be more dated than it is, but even honestly, that breakdown where he talks about, I'm that kid from back in the day, from the back of the class that you thought was gay. I'm just like, oh, yep, been there, except I was gay. But it's just like, honestly, the emotion of it, it still holds up. And honestly, even a line like, even the bad songs ain't so bad, like, oh, goddamn, that's just such a good fucking line. Continue, sorry.
And then Joan.
Yeah.
It just pulls at your heartstrings, and it makes me feel more than other songs,
Yeah. And I think he even says that that's the one he kind of wanted to put out there to prove that he could be a serious songwriter, which he kind of did with the Marvelous Thing, the Cigarette Lighter Love Song off of Ready, Sex, Go.
Love that song.
It's a great song, but it's off of an album called Ready, Sex, Go, so no one really I remember very specifically that album, which was, and the last Marvelous 3 album, it was a hair metal pastiche parody, but they weren't popular enough for people to, like, clue in on the jokes. I remember specifically that opening week it debuted on the Billboard charts at number 199 on the Billboard 200.
Also, can we talk about how I wrote down too what Afraid of Ghosts was? It peaked at 104 on the US Billboard chart.
Okay.
Why? It was. I think it was like.
Are you asking like how did it get there?
Yeah, because it was the highest I think he's ever had.
I think
maybe the Ryan Adams connection.
Maybe
the Ryan Adams connection. Also, as people stop buying albums, it becomes easier and easier for like niche artists to chart.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, he has 10,000 devoted fans who actually bought the record.
Yeah.
Then that charts, you know? And like, especially if it was, we want to support him after this difficult time because his fans pay attention to what's going on in his life. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't know what it sounded like when they bought it.
That's true, right. And then,
it was also his first record in 4 years.
Yeah, and also I looked him up. I looked up his store today because I'm just like, what does he have on vinyl? Because like we've been having some great vinyl parties recently, and the only fucking album he has available for vinyl is Afraid of Ghosts. I'm so mad. I'm just like, there's so many other albums I could, whatever.
I have the Spade
on vinyl.
Yeah.
God damn.
I also have. He had like a record store day release. I got.
What was on it?
Don't ask me that question.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
No worries.
Okay, well, I would like to say that I very much enjoy Letters too. It's one of the things where it's not going to be my number one personally whatsoever. But the thing is, I still like it's that fine line of like him as a maturing songwriter, but still with kind of an exuberance of production. Because Don't Move just has kind of a different like that little piano intro. It was still very radio at the time. I will fully admit that. And songs like my number one Summer Jam don't blow me away per se, but there's still a lot of fun that I have on here. It was just so great for me, especially after enjoying Left of Self-Centered as much as I did, to hear Letters and be like, this is a completely different songwriter, feels like. It's still the same place, but it's clear that he's not going to do the same thing twice, and I very much enjoyed that.
I think that's maybe part of why I didn't love it as much, because I liked Left of Self-Centered, and I loved Let's Go Out Tonight's so much that Sandwiched Between Us was this very different album for him. Yeah. And so it just wasn't the mood I was in every time I got to it.
It feels like they should be switched. Just in his discography.
Letters feels like a debut.
Or later on, as he's getting older and a little more sad.
Sure.
It definitely feels like Lots of Self-Centered should have been followed by Rise and Fall of Butch Walker and the Let's Go Out Tonight to me.
Okay, well, this is exciting, and the thing is that, I would say Letters is still, I think it's another nostalgia goggle things where I still very much enjoy it. I realized, and let's do it this week, that songwriting-wise, there's a couple things that are out there. I remember getting this 4-song live EP that he put out digitally that I recorded off the internet. And he had a version of State Line on there, which was just fucking incredible.
I do like that.
It's such a nice surprise at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a surprise at the end, have that. Because there's a bonus track off of fucking Sycamore Meadows, and I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I enjoy it, but even in talking about it now, I'm just okay, yeah, no, I'm going to fight for Letters, but then I'm wait, these other 3 albums that it's up against. I'm wait,
that's
these are all very good.
Yeah. Letters isn't bad. It's just, we have really good stuff left.
I want to put a little test out there, a little experiment, if you will. Sarah, out of curiosity, what would you nominate a number for?
Not
to put you in the hot seat.
I don't know.
Right.
Hang on. Okay, I need a recap.
Okay.
So what's left is Letters, The Rise and Fall of Butch Walker and the Let's Go Out Tonight's, I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart, and The Spade.
And for the record, these are all, it's the top 4, and we've all been in fairly good agreement up to this point. So, it's getting tight now. And I would say, really listen to these. Of these 4 albums, there's a couple of them that I'm just I wasn't sure if I was really going to enjoy them as much going into Research Week, and I'm just no, this is solid.
I would, The Spade.
Okay. We need to get down into it because this is getting tough. I'm more than happy to talk about The Spade. Mm-hmm. Now, I liked it when you had no heart. That's when he really formed his band, the Black Widows, and it's very important too because this is really when he began having co-songwriters on his solo records too. And he used these, he's got the guys together for this, and they basically did this and The Spade together. It's credits to Butch Walker and the Black Widows. So it's very much a full band.
The Spade isn't.
It's not, but they still have songwriting credits off a lot of the record, and it's them playing it too.
I think mostly he just did that because they didn't want to tour with him again,
right? Which
so
is also
could tour this album alone, and no one would think it was weird.
But it's just great because I remember when the old 97s, kind of that country cowpunk band from back in the day, they put out a lot of records. Fred Miller wanted to do his weird solo shit, and then at one point it got to they put out a record a couple years ago, which is a very raucous and raw and rowdy, and a lot of people are just you guys are in your 40s, you can't do a song about hooking up with a fan or something like that. Just fuck it, we just did it. And it became one of the most acclaimed, highest rated records in a long time because they just kind of had that spark again. And it's just one of the things where the great thing about The Spade is that this is Butch Walker fucking letting loose. This is just him just having and even some of the songs I'm not even crazy about, but overall synthesizers, Great fucking song. It really is. I know why they pushed it as a single as hard as they did. Even though this is also the time when he falls in love with the sound of an accordion, which starts showing up across all of his records from this point onward. But it's really, really good.
That's how you know he's middle-aged.
Yeah. But also Sweethearts really got me this week. Because also just having those background vocals, Sweethearts, like, it's just like, it's really, really sweet. I don't know. There's just something about it that just really kind of got me.
I know that it's like, literally nothing new at all, but I love Dublin Crow. They just like
not my favorite.
Dublin Crow. Like literally, it's just a folk song, but like I don't know, I like it. I like how they execute it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just great because, like, it's him, even Summer of 89, like, him obviously doing a riff off Bryan Adams' famous Summer of 69. It's fun, it's rushes. Bodegas and Blood is honestly weirdly not my favorite opener of his record in a weird way. But I love Sucker Punch, the drunken, rowdy fucking, you know, it's like...
I hate Sucker Punch.
You hate Sucker Punch?
I mean, I get it. I get why you hate it.
It's like, just the whole time I'm just like... calm down, shut up. Literally it's the song embodiment of like that annoying guy at the bar. Yeah. I mean, which is kind of the point.
Which is why you need to
I hate that
take his face to lunch.
So like I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I think in general this album's just like a nice one if I'm like just around the house or at work to put on. I know I like it, but it just doesn't really stick out as much for me.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I still like every single Buddy Else. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Even Day Drunk has some fun parts to it. Yeah, God, I never thought about this, but I actually might be like, this might be down to Spade and Letters for me, honestly, at this point. Like, it's getting in the mix.
I mean, that's definitely the two that I have next,
Okay, I mean, well, okay. Here's the thing. As a group, here's the thing. We all have to give up a little something at some point or another, maybe. But I would be fine with putting the Spade at number 4, but for me, I can't have Letters go any higher than that, personally. Wow. That's just me. Okay. At that point, exactly. I'd be willing to do that. Would you be willing, Taran, to go on that train?
Go Spade 4, Letters 3? Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of had, like, Letters and the Spade in an echelon together, so...
Okay.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there any other things we want to talk about on either one of those records?
Just, sorry, Letters, man.
It's the record that got you.
I'm just looking at, like, Lights Out, Best Thing You Never Had, Race Cars, and Goth Rock. For some reason, I love that one. He
has a lot of songs about wanting to get out of Los Angeles on this album, too.
Yeah.
That's okay. Wait, hold on. You just reminded me of a point that I thought of multiple times this week, which is, like, if I can't listen to another song about how much LA sucks. Like, I'm sorry. Like, dear... every fucking songwriter everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I get it. You're not from LA. You moved to LA. People in LA are rude. We fucking get it.
Then
Shut
leave.
up. I'm so like disinterested with that thing at this point because it's been done since like the mid 70s. Literally.
Yeah.
I'm over it. Anyway, sorry.
Sounds like there's a lights out in your heart.
Rant completed.
Yeah.
On a roll.
That's still good. Okay, well, guys, guess what? That means we have Afraid of Ghosts. We have at 8. We have Stay Gold at 7. Sycamore Meadow 6. Left Us to Center at 5. Spade at 4. Letters at 3, which means we have 2 albums left. I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart and Rise and Fall of the Butch Walker and Let's Go Out Tonight.
The longest titles.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically what we're seeing, Butch Walker, is that you need to make the title of your next album really long, and then
it'll be really good.
It's like a Fall Out Boy song title.
Yeah!
I mean, like, legitimately. For me, number 2, at least my nomination for number 2, has to be I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart, which I didn't realize when I interviewed him. He broke that to me. He broke the song title to me, and they put it in the piece before it even was announced. It's like the actual song title. I asked him, like, oh, you guys are working on new records? Like, yeah, what's it going to be called? And we're working on it, but I think it's going to be called I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart, because it's true. That's what he said, and I'm just like, God damn.
I love that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so like I think, and I can't remember if like the publication, because I had it in the finished piece, I can't remember if he announced it and it came out, where the piece was, but it was like, I had that, and I was just like, oh shit, and I was so excited.
I bet you could fact check that.
Not that
I'm saying you should do that right now. I'm
Right.
sure that
Guys,
like
taking a
between the archives and Wikipedia, like you can figure that out.
But I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart. I remember liking it a lot, and this week it really drove home how good of a record it is, because it's one of the things where Trash Day, it's again Petty-esque, it's kind of Weight of Her-esque in the same, which I'm like, okay, you're doing another Petty song basically as your intro, okay, that's fine. But there's so many great fucking songs on here. There's some weaker moments, and I will fully admit that. That's probably my biggest thing about this album, is that it doesn't have like great parts. I don't know, Be Good Until Then, the ballad he wrote for his son. I don't know, I just fucking hate it. It's just,
I like it.
I like it too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my favorite, but like knowing that it's for his son and like listening to the lyrics, I'm like, this is cute.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna, like, if my dad wrote that song for me, I would love it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a nice tribute.
Yeah, but I also have heard enough albums to the point where the father writing a song for his son trope is kind of there. Like, even Timberlake did it off of Man of the Woods.
Well,
so just like, okay.
Let's not.
Let's not bring Timberlake into this. Let's not sully the name of Butch Walker with just Timberlake. But aside from that, where do you guys want to start? Because there's a lot of places. He just gets so goofy on this one, too, surprisingly. Like, even on a stripped-down version, the background vocals, you know what you want to do. Like, it's just like kind of this weird, like, kind of like orchestral, like, musical flares that happen with it, which I'm like, okay. Which is good. Honestly, for me, the biggest one, it was another mixtape staple, and they played it for so many fucking people, but She Likes Hair Bands.
Yes,
God
that's the one I was going to mention next.
It's one, and it really, listening back to it, I'm like, it's a comedy song, but also, like, it's so well done. Like, I think about it, the way those wows come in on the chorus, and just, like, the backing vocals, it's just a whole experience.
I feel like he's, like, mocking himself, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but I love it.
Because it's like, she likes hair bands on the satellite radio, which I'm like, well, of course it's how she would hear it these days. Like, that makes sense. Like, it's modern and also cheeky at the same time.
I think there's a theme with him of just, like, kind of making fun of the current state of things. Whether it's, like, when he mentions, like, Pitchfork and people naming their bands after animals, and just like across the board, that's just the theme he has. So it's kind of nice he didn't lose it anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this record. I really do. I think Pretty Melody isn't like fantastic or anything, but it's like a really just solid way to like ease into the album.
Weird music video too.
Don't you think Someone Should Take You Home? That's like easily his best ballad for me. I'm a sucker for harmony vocals, and I do really think that like having multiple people in the studio with him really helped the formation of this song. And just this album in general, it's just like really, like, I love stripped down version. That's the one that sounds like a fucking like 70s soft rock song, right? Yeah. On the chorus with all those gooey vocals. Canadian 10 is even like, it's again not my favorite, but I really like the lyrics of it. Like, I think it's just funny. And then like this whole record, Temporary Title is really good. They Don't Know What We Know is solid. I will say Days, Months, Years is like A, really toxic and problematic, B, kind of kinky. He talks about some shit in there and I'm like, oh, only a freak would write that lyric. Like, damn, dude.
Okay, Butch. Oh, I get it. Where do you stand on this?
Kind of same thing. It makes me feel good. I feel like he's not sad, which we get sandwiched by sad, so it's nice.
That's a song title.
Sandwiched by sad, yeah.
I don't know. House of Cards is like in my brain when I like listen to it. It just kind of has you going through these little ups and downs, and it's just fun. It's fun.
It's almost like he took the rock experiments out of Sycamore Meadows and decided to make a whole album out of it, which is kind of how I feel. There's less syrupy sacchariness on it, which I mean, aside from Be Good Till Then, but like it's just a different beast altogether. And also, this is the record where he really falls in love with orchestrations too, which is like a nice change for him, which he doesn't really revisit ever, but this is the most string sections he gets outside of Rise and Fall, and it's just like, okay.
That's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, you put fucking strings and horns on a track and I'm gonna be there. Like, and that happens a lot here, and to great benefit every time. He really knows how to produce them too.
Yes.
Which is, it's
Sorry,
like,
Ryan Adams.
It's such a like a thing that so many people don't even think about. Like, not only are there horns on it, but like how do they sound? How, like, what microphone did they use? It makes a huge difference.
I also just think all these songs sound really good together on the same album. There's none that are like really weird outliers. And it's just this nice little package he gave us, and it's wrapped up nicely.
Yeah, because like Pass Your Place, Saw Your Car, like that feels a little bit out of place with Sacramentos. I like it because it's a good break in the, texture aside of it. But yeah, it's definitely kind of an oddball, so I get that. But also, for me, how is any other record aside from the Rise and Fall of Butch Walker and the Let's Go Out Tonight's not number fucking one? Because, guys, let me tell you about this fucking album. It is a glam rock album, and he just plays the fucker to a hilt.
Yeah.
Hot Girls in Good Moods. Maybe his best song he's ever done, and I mean that.
Come on.
It's so fun.
The background vocals, like,
like just so like
fun. And she sings all of the words to my hidden track. That's you.
Yes.
I don't. Low-key, every time she said something tonight, I've been like, oh my god, you're that fan in the front row, singing all the words to his hidden track. No. He wrote a song about you, so don't be embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly. You are an inspiration. You're the muse to Butch Walker.
But remember, he likes to make fun of things in his songs. So is he making fun of me?
But the thing is, like, even going into it, like, there's some songs, even if they're not as amazing, even Bethamphetamine, Pretty, like, it's still a solid-ass song.
I love that one.
And especially that pre-chorus, that, ooh, baby, like, just like the kind of that vibe that he gets on there. Fistful of things she calls excuses. Yeah,
there's a
real pretty strong girl for a girl.
There's a couple times where he uses elements in his songwriting that almost feel like early pre-experimentation Beatles, like that sort of like early 60s era of pop music where it's like, it's very just like, like a solid verse and a catchy chorus, and all he did was like add a rock guitar instead of like strumming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but it's still
honestly,
it's so effective.
This record, it fits that 70s-ish glammy mood because of the drum sounds on there. Because every time you hear a drum, it's that echo sound that comes right off it.
Vocals.
Right.
The backing vocals are like straight electric light orchestra.
Yeah. Where else do you want to be? There are some moments that don't sit as well for me. We're All Coming Down is probably my least favorite song on here, which isn't really saying much, because when he goes a little bit country with Rich People Die Unhappy, I'm there for it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the fucking closing set of ballads are like fucking on point. This is the sweetest little song, and then When Canyons Rule the City.
Yeah, I mean,
so good.
I don't even know. Like, yes, that one's slow, but is it even really a ballad? It feels more like a Hey Jude kind of situation.
That's fun live. He goes in the crowd.
I'm sure.
Gets you involved.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a stadium sing-along to me. That's like just one of those Purple Rain more than it is a ballad.
Right, and that's one of those things when someone, and I love it when a songwriter comes across a melody of like, this is it, and you just know it, and you feel like this, I can repeat this as many times as I want, and you will get along to it. Like, it's just perfect, and he discovered it there, and it's just like so good. Even Dominoes, the soft little piano ballad, like a perfect halfway point interlude to like break up the tension from all the rollicking rock that goes along.
It goes straight from that into Paid to Get Excited, which is one of my favorites from him for sure.
Yes.
For sure. That chorus is just so like blistering. Yeah. And
gonna get a hell yeah, lost as I am.
This was I really tried to go into this week listening to these and not singing along because I wanted to soak in the lyrics because it was like the first time I was listening instead of just singing back. And this was the hardest one not to sing along to the whole time.
The whole goddamn record,
it's so good.
Even Song Without a Chorus, as like quirky as it is, like, oh, I get it, doesn't have a chorus. Like, I didn't even realize that's Pink in the background singing along.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, like, it was never on the credits for the record proper. Yes. So, like, just hearing her just, like, kind of, like, matching him and then doing her own, like, fucking, like, histrionics, I'm like, okay.
I was just gonna say, I had a different perspective because obviously I was expecting Pink collaboration as well listening, so every time she popped up I was like, oh, it's Pink.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like a duet album from them.
Oh my god, girl.
Especially at this point.
Yeah.
Not doing much else.
Give us a couple songs.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Like a 4-track little
I can't imagine. That'd be amazing.
Gimme, please.
Yes.
It's just
that
like
Stephen Colbert gif.
It's so clearly his best record too, because I feel like also this is like the most cosplay because like in terms of like letters, he was like kind of like doing like I don't want to say emo in a derogatory way, but like, you know, emotional pop songwriting in a certain degree, and even Sycamore Meadows, he's still kind of figuring himself out. The Spade I really like because it has such a strong identity in terms of like rowdy boys being rowdy. Yeah. Unlike Afraid of Ghosts, which as much as it's a sad boy album, it doesn't really have an identity. It's just I'm sad, the record. And so the thing is, for me, the thing about Let's Go Out Tonight, it is clearly he is aiming for the 70s, he's aiming for the sound and this style, and he's putting his own songwriting into it. He's mixing it up, and it feels cohesive in a way that almost none of his albums do. Like, even Left Yourself Centered, it is of a very specific ilk and a very specific sound, but it doesn't have that same songwriting consistency that he has on this record, which is why it still like blows my mind that he made this and then went on the rest of his career the way that he did. I don't know, it just feels like an outlier to a degree, you know?
Yeah. For me, this one, I mean, like I've said a million times, this and Letters are my favorite. And when I'm suggesting Butch Walker to somebody, I suggest these based on if I think they want bops or if I think they want like emotional, like pull at your heartstrings music. And so this is just like a bop to me. Yeah. Everything's just so fun.
He reinvented the wheel, because most of the times when people say it's a bop, they're talking about a song. Here, whole album is a bop. Who's ever fucking done that before? A bop album? A bop-bum? Come on, that's just like a whole different thing. Are we in agreement that is number one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, guys, I think we need to go ahead and do the Lock It In segment, sponsored by Tide. That's right, guys. We're going to go ahead. Number 8, Afraid of Ghosts. Number 7, Stay Gold. Number 6, Sycamore Meadows. Number 5, Left Yourself Centered. Number 4, The Spade. Number 3, Letters. Number 2, I Liked It Better When You Had No Heart. And of course, number 1, The Hey Album by The Marvelous 3. I'm just kidding, guys. It's the Rise of Butch Walker. Let's Go Out Tonight. But guys, we still have so much more to talk about. We need to talk about his worst song. We need to talk about seeing him live, which is a very distinct experience Sarah has had. Interviewing him about all the other songs that he produced for so many other artists. So many goddamn things. In the meantime, though, Sarah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so glad you were here for this. I mean, it makes sense. We're talking about Butch Walker. We have to have the number 1 Butch Walker fan. That just makes sense. Taran, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut this part. I don't have anything to say.
Okay, well, in that case, guys, please stay tuned for the new one. And by the way, follow us in all the places. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on SoundCloud. If you throw a review at any of those places, that's great. It raises civility of the show. And if you don't review us, fuck you. But I mean that. You're great fans. I love you dearly, truly, and profoundly. And in the meantime, keep on listening, because you know there will be. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.
How did you catch me off guard like 4 times in a row?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, this is Kyle Hawk from It's All Dead, a podcast about the music we love and why we love it. Our show is a free-flowing conversation featuring a rotating cast of guests, including musicians, music journalists, and music enthusiasts, sharing how the music is still alive and well. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app, and then come visit us at itsalldead.com.